Welcome. Please accept my warmest greetings from the Republic of Korea and thank you for joining me. I'm Chun-Gyo Park, Director General of the International Cooperation Division at Korea Institute for Advancement of Technology, KIAT. KIAT takes many roles in promoting industrial technologies on behalf of the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Energy. In this video, I will introduce you to a part of what we do, specifically KIAT cooperation with emerging nations in the energy sector. KIAT, to speak briefly, utilizes Korea's experience in economic development and Korea's expertise in industrial and energy technology to support the sustainable growth of the emerging nations in the form of grant ODA. In particular, KIAT's Energy ODA project focuses on improving the access to energy utilizing renewable sources and management efficiency technology. In doing so, we contribute to improving the quality of life of the locals and promoting renewable energy, thereby reduction in carbon emission. I hope that this video will give you a good insight toward KIAT's development cooperation effort, and we'll look forward to developing projects for mutual benefits. So as a start, I will touch on a few key points on who we are for those of you who are new to KIAT, then move on to specifics of KIAT development cooperation. Korea Institute for Advancement of Technology, KIAT, is a government organization under the Korean Ministry of Trade, Industry and Energy. On MOTI's behalf, we mobilize various resources to provide comprehensive support for the development and promotion of industrial technology, one of which is international technology cooperation. So, where does KIAT stand in the development cooperation area? There are 44 public entities in Korea that provide the grant ODA, including ministries like MOTI and local government like Seoul City. While ministries set overall strategies and roadmap, implementing agencies under each ministry implement project. For instance, you all know KOICA. KOICA is the implementing agency under the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, providing grant ODA focusing on humanitarian needs and social development. KEXIM, the Export-Import Bank of Korea, is the implementing agency under the Ministry of Economy and Finance, managing and operating a concessional loan EDCF. Likewise, KIAT is the authorized implementing agency under the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Energy. We plan, manage, and operate grant ODA on MOTI's behalf, and our focus is on the industrial and energy sector. We cover a wide range of subjects related to industrial and energy technology. They include traditional industrial sector such as textile and food processing, and modern sectors such as renewable energy and electromobility. We take great pride that we utilize Korea's experience and technical expertise to support sustainable growth of the emerging nations. Our efforts start in 2012, starting with Vietnam in the agriculture machinery sector. Since then, our effort has expanded to cover not only the Asian region, but across Africa and Latin America for various industrial sectors. And now, we are currently cooperating with 28 countries. Now, let's talk about the global trend in energy a little bit. In the past, the the main concern used to be the generation of electricity to improve the access to energy. It was the quantity that matters most. Quantity still matters, but the trend has evolved to consider quality as well. It is about improving efficiency to result in affordability and stability. A few ways to improve efficiency are to use high-efficiency lighting equipment such as LED, distribution automation system, and smart metering system. Also, it is about sharing responsibility toward environment. It is about joining the global effort to combat climate change. A few examples would be operation and maintenance optimization for existing plant and energy generation from renewable energy resources. In line with that, KIAT energy project focus on this subject, which are of Korea's expertise. We provide energy generation project, including microgrid, using the renewable sources backed with energy storage system, a few of which include solar, wind, and mini hydro plant. We improve efficiency by employing advanced technology such as automated metering infrastructure, distribution automation system, frequency regulated ESS, and more. Let me share two projects as example. The first one takes place in Nigeria. The project will demonstrate 4 different solar microgrid systems backed with ESS to find the optimal model for Nigeria. The total grant of $40 million will cover all activities required for the project, such as engineering, construction, equipment procurement, and training. As a result of the project, we expect the electricity price to significantly reduce for the project site. Next one is in Senegal. Senegal is one of the countries that the renewable energy integration is on the rise. The project provides a frequency regulation system to supplement the energy metrics and automated operation system, all of which are to improve efficiency. Similar to the Nigeria project, the grant of $30 million will cover all activities required for the project. As a result, we expect to reduce the number of power outages by 20%. So, what do you need to do in order to get this grant project to start? There's something I have to note before moving on. All grant projects involving hard infrastructure in Korea have to comply with the N-2 process, which is mandated by the Committee for International Development Cooperation. As the name implies, it takes at least 2 years until the actual project implementation can happen. N-2 for feasibility study, N-1 for budget deliberation, and year for the actual implementations. Let's take a look at what happened each year. The N-2 year is the feasibility study year. In the first quarter, our partner government submits a request letter and a brief project proposal to KIAT. In the second half of the N-2 year, all requests from the partner governments are run through the open bidding process, and only the selected requests move forward with the feasibility study. To move to the next step of N-1, KIAT will need 3 things. First, viability proven through the feasibility study. Second, project concept paper. Third, ODA request letter. The N-1 year is the budget deliberation year for Korea. KIAT will submit a budget request package to secure grant funding from the Korean government. The review and approval go through mainly three bodies: Ministry of Foreign Affairs, then Ministry of Finance, then National Assembly. This deliberation process takes nearly 1 year, and the final approval is issued in December. Once the budget is secured in the N-1 year, the N year starts where the actual project launches. Project for which funding is not secured in the N-1 year, they move back to the beginning of the N-1 year. The project finally begins in the N year, the complete in the following N+3 or 4 according to the project schedule. When the project begins, the project terms are adjusted as necessary and agreed upon with the respective ministry of the recipient countries. The joint decisions are documented in what we like to call the record of discussion. Please be reminded that not all requests successfully make to the feasibility study. All the actual implementations pays off an year, mostly due to the budgetary limitations. This is why strong project development is needed. Having said that, please consider these 5 factors. Priority. Proposed project shall be in line with the partner country's policy priority on the basis of its national development plans. Scalability. Project shall present the potential to be developed into a scale-up project with another source of funding that will allow Korean firms to participate. Areas of expertise. Topics in which Korea has strong expertise and comparative advantages are preferred. Relevance. Project proposed in line with other studies or projects that have been already completed or underway or in the pipeline will be preferred. Lastly, NDC overseas reduction. We'd like to utilize our ODA project to enable Korea's overseas reduction. We are still brainstorming the mechanism, but please allow me to explain a little more. The Korean government declared 40% reduction in carbon emission by 2030, of which an 11% is achieved through overseas reduction. Again, we are still developing the idea and much needs to be discussed with partner countries. But to share the glimpse, Korea would be given the applicable overseas credit under 2 cases. The first case is that KIAT grant ODA is developed into an EDCF loan project. You would use our ODA project as technology demonstration prior to full deployment in your country. If your government decides to scale up with EDCF, Korea is given the applicable overseas credit. The second case is that KIAT's ODA and private investment of Korea are provided as a package. For instance, a power generation infrastructure is built by the private investment of Korea, and the respective management system is covered by KIAT grant. The grant provided by KIAT would serve as a de-risking agent to attract private investment. So we ask that you put this under consideration as a way to attract more investment from Korea. This concludes today's presentation. I hope this video helped you understand KIAT development cooperation in the energy sector. For any assistance or question, please feel free to email us. Thank you again for joining me. And KIAT looks forward to working with you.